Do you really want or even need LUTs which can be baked into your JPEG images or your video clips in camera? Hi, it's Andy at Photech Video, and today we're going to find the answer to that question. Stay tuned. So before we begin, it's important to point out that this video is not sponsored, and I absolutely love my Panasonic Lumix S9, and I would love to be the owner of a Panasonic Lumix S9. So for some time now, I've been fascinated by the Panasonic Lumix S9 and its ability to bake in LUTs in camera to your JPEG still images and to your video clips. And I've been tempted on several occasions to take advantage of exceptional offers which I found on the Panasonic Lumix S9, where it was at a very attractive price. Now, before I begin, if you're a little bit lost about the differences between LUTs, creative filters, presets, camera profiles, picture profiles, and photo styles, please check out my video up here, which explains quickly, clearly, and concisely the differences between each of those features. The offer prices which I saw recently for the Panasonic Lumix S9 were very tempting. But I decided not to jump at the impulse, even though the thought of being able to create these great looks in camera and then upload them to my mobile device, to my cell phone, and then be able to share them with social media and with other people without the need to edit them was extremely tempting. But I began to ask myself whether I would use that in-camera LUT function or not. Obviously, the Panasonic Lumix S9 has other attractive features as well, including its size and, of course, its capabilities. One night I was playing around with my Panasonic Lumix S9 and I was scrolling through the menus and I came across filter settings. And I decided to click on it to see which filters my Panasonic Lumix S9 actually has. I have to be honest, I'd never used any of the filters on my S9. In fact, I'd always had the idea that it was better to shoot your images the way you see them and then edit them in post. But that's where I was wrong. I hadn't processed the idea that if I shoot in JPEG and RAW, that these creative filters would only be applied to my JPEG images and not to my RAW images. And to my surprise, when I clicked on the filter settings menu, I discovered that there are 21 different filters in that setting. And each one of those filters has 5 different intensities, which means that I have 105 different ways of changing the look of my JPEGs. Of those 21 creative filters which work on JPEGs, 17 of them also work on video files. That means that by using those creative filters on videos, you have 85 different looks that you can create in your video clips. It's important to note here that you cannot select a photo style when you are using these creative filters, at least not on my trusty Panasonic Lumix S9. Now, 21 different filters with 5 intensities on my S9 and the possibility to load 39 different LUTs to the Panasonic Lumix S9 and be able to change the intensity, the opacity between 10% and 100% is a great feature on both of these cameras. However, I get the feeling that if I used in-camera LUTs to bake into my JPEG files, I would probably stick with 1, 2, or 3 favorites and not take advantage of the other 36. I may be wrong. Remember that as in the S9 with the creative filters, the LUTs which you bake into your images on the Panasonic S9 are only baked into the JPEG and the video file, not into your raw still image files. If you want to apply a LUT to a raw still image file, then you'd need to download to your laptop or to your PC, edit that particular image, add your LUT in the edit, and then export as a JPEG from your editing software. So just to be clear then, that these inbuilt functions of creative filters or LUTs in camera are really only useful for images which you want to create quickly and maybe to share Obviously, much easier to share on the Panasonic Lumix S9 than on the S5 because you have the Lumix Lab app. That's the 7th time I've said it and had to edit it out because I keep getting tongue twisted with Lumix Lab app. The S9 connects to the Lumix Lab app and you can download your images directly to there, and then you can share them from your mobile device. But remember, if you want to do more serious editing, you're going to need to download it and edit it on your PC or laptop. Also, you need to bear in mind the file size and the bitrate of the images and videos which you're downloading to your Lumix Lab app. Now, Panasonic have included an MP4 Lite codec in the S9, which occupies less space and makes it quicker to download and transfer to the Lumix Lab app. But you still have to remember when downloading videos to your phone that however light the codec, video files can fill up your phone's memory very, very quickly. Now, as a disclaimer, I must say that the creative filters which exist on the Lumix S5 and on other Lumix cameras, including the Lumix S9, do have some restrictions. For example, on my S5, when I use the creative filters, my maximum ISO is 6400, which really, for me, isn't a problem because I was shooting out in the street during the day and my ISO was set at 100, I think, for all of the time. So let's take a look at some images, some still images and some video clips taken on my Lumix S5 using the different creative filters which are inbuilt in the camera. All of the images are 100% straight out of camera. So there you go. You judge for yourself how good or how bad these creative filters are, and you decide for yourself whether you want to give them a try or not. I'm certainly glad that I clicked on the filter settings menu in my Lumix S5 as I discovered a series of filters which can quickly and easily change the look of my JPEG images and still have my raw images if I want to process them individually. So I would say that if you do have knowledge of using LUTs and you think that you would use the in-camera LUT function on the Panasonic Lumix S9, then I'm sure that that camera is a great option for you. If, however, you do not have experience using LUTs, or you think that you may not take advantage of those 39 LUTs that you can load into your camera and bake into your images in camera, then I recommend you to try out the in-camera creative filters which your present camera has. Give them all a try. You'll find that some are good, some are not so good. But if you find 2 or 3 that you like, and on top of that you're able to adjust the intensity, once you've practiced with them a little bit and you see what they can do and what their limitations are, then maybe you're in a better position to make that decision about the jump from a camera with only creative filters to a camera which can offer in-camera LUTs. Please leave any comments or questions which you may have in the comments section down below. I always read your comments, I always answer them, and I also always answer your questions. Interacting with my channel is a great way for me to know the kind of content that you would like me to create in future videos. You'll find affiliate links to gear used in the making of this video in the description section down below. As an Amazon associate, I will receive a small commission for qualifying purchases, but the price to you will remain the same, and you'll be supporting the channel, again helping me to create content for you in the future. Please like and share this video, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please also subscribe, because subscribing to a channel helps it to grow, and it will also deliver more of my channel's content to your YouTube homepage. So until the next time, this is Andy at Photech Video signing off. Take care and be safe, and see you in the next videos.